You know, when you search for something online now, and sometimes you get that AI summary right at the top,
Yeah, it's definitely changing the feel of search results.
it really feels like the whole landscape is shifting.
Mm.
So today we're doing a deep dive into how public relations PR strategies need to adapt to this AI-driven search world.
Hmm.
You're looking at a piece from TrizCom Public Relations. It's called Win the AI Search Game with PR Strategies for Modern CMOs. And it just came out May 8th, 2025.
And it really gets to the heart of a key challenge, right? How do our messages, how does our information actually get seen when search engines are acting more like, well, like assistants, giving direct answers?
Exactly, not just a list of links anymore.
Yeah.
So our mission here is to really unpack these changes. What is AI search fundamentally? How is it changing Google? And, what are the practical things PR pros or really anyone wanting online visibility need to do now?
And it's happening fast. You mentioned stats.
Yeah, there was a Pew Research finding, February 2024, showing 23% of U.S. adults had used ChatGPT. That was up from 18% just the previous July.
Wow, that's a significant jump in just a few months. Shows people are getting comfortable using AI for information.
Definitely. So, okay, let's start at the beginning. What exactly are we talking about with AI search?
Well, at its core, it's about integrating artificial intelligence, things like machine learning, natural language processing, right into the search engine's workings.
Anyway,
And the big difference from, traditional search is that it's moving beyond just matching keywords on a page or counting backlinks.
right, the old SEO tricks.
Kind of. AI search tries to understand the meaning behind your question, your actual intent, and even the relationships between different topics to give you, hopefully, a much more relevant answer.
So it's figuring out what I really want, not just the words I typed. How does it pull that off? What's the mechanism?
There are a few key components. First, there's natural language understanding, NLU. That's what lets the AI process questions phrased like, well, like how a human would ask them.
Okay, conversational questions.
Exactly. It looks at the whole sentence, the context, not just isolated words. Then you've got generative AI.
Mhm.
That's the part, like Google's SGE, Search Generative Experience, that takes information from lots of different sources
Mhm.
and actually synthesizes it into a direct answer, often right at the very top of the results.
So it's not just pointing you to websites, it's creating the answer itself.
Hmm.
That feels like a huge step.
It is. And the third piece is continuous learning. These AI systems aren't static. They learn from every interaction, tons of data, how people click, what they find useful.
Ah, so it gets better over time.
Precisely. It refines its rankings, its summaries, how it presents information constantly.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's less like a card catalog and more like having a really smart librarian who's read everything and can just tell you the answer, tailored to your question.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. It's like a search engine fused with a research assistant, giving you curated insights, not just a long reading list.
All right, so if that's how it works, this clearly isn't just some minor algorithm update for Google. It sounds much more fundamental. How is it really transforming that Google experience we all know?
You're absolutely right. It's a reshaping. With things like SGE, those AI-generated answers get prime real estate right at the top.
Pushing the old blue links down.
Way down in some cases, which, as you can imagine, has a massive potential impact on website traffic.
Oh, definitely.
Avenue Z observed that this AI search delivers these conversational, synthesized answers, and it really prefers content that's concise but also rich in context.
Context rich. Okay.
And Forbes really drove the point home, didn't they? They said, if you're not optimized for AI search, you're invisible.
Wow. Invisible. That's stark.
It is. It means the old playbook of just focusing on keywords and backlinks,
Hmm.
getting other sites to link to you. It's just not enough anymore. You need more.
Okay, so if that old SEO playbook needs a rewrite, what does this mean for PR, for the content they create? And I guess, what are the knock-on effects for anyone trying to get noticed online?
Mhm. The TrizCom article lays out some really critical shifts. First off, authority matters more than ever.
Authority, meaning trusted sources.
Exactly. The AI is programmed to prioritize information from sources it deems credible, reputable publications, authors with clear expertise. So, getting your message into a trusted media outlet, that boosts its visibility in AI search significantly.
That really reinforces something. TrizCom PR apparently always believed in the power of strong media relationships. Sounds like they're even more crucial now.
They absolutely are. Second point, contextual content is key.
Contextual. Tell me more about that.
Because the AI is synthesizing information, pulling from different places, your content needs to be comprehensive. It needs to be clear, and it really needs to align with the intent behind why someone is searching.
So not just facts, but the why.
Precisely. You need to explain the why behind the story, provide that deeper understanding.
Okay, so like if you're promoting, say, a sustainable product, you don't just list features. You have to talk about the environmental issue, maybe broader industry trends, and the specific consumer benefits.
Exactly right. Paint the whole picture. The article uses that exact example, cover the trends, the impact, the benefits, connect the dots for the AI and for the user.
Got it. What else?
Third, structured data gives you an edge. Now, this sounds a bit technical, maybe?
Yeah, break it down.
Think of structured data or schema markup as adding special labels to your website's content. Labels that tell search engines exactly what something is. This is an event, this is a product review, this is the author.
Ah, like hidden tags for the AI.
Kind of, yeah. It helps the AI understand the context and credibility of your content much faster and more accurately. It's like a translator between your site and the search engine, signaling its value.
So using schema markup on your press releases, case studies, blog posts, it makes it easier for the AI to recognize and maybe even feature that content.
Significantly increases the chances, yes. Makes it more likely to be pulled into those rich results or summaries. Fourth, you need to refresh and repurpose content.
Keep it fresh.
Exactly. AI search tends to favor content that feels current and relevant. So regularly updating your blog posts, your press releases, maybe adding new stats or insights to older pieces that keeps them performing well.
The TrizCom article even suggests, what, quarterly content audits to see what's working, what needs an update, what new topics are bubbling up.
Yeah, that kind of regular maintenance is becoming really important. And finally, number 5. Think about visuals, summaries, and snippets.
How so?
Well, generative AI often pulls out short summaries or images for its answers. So if you include concise summaries, maybe bullet points, infographics, or even short videos in your content.
You're making it easier for the AI to grab something useful.
Precisely, making it more AI-friendly. Things like adding key takeaway boxes to articles or having easy-to-digest stats and visuals in your media kits. It all helps.
It's about structuring information clearly, not just for humans, but for the machine, too.
That's a perfect summary of it. The clearer and more accessible, the better the chance AI will understand, value, and feature it.
So with all these changes, authority, context, structure, freshness, snippets, what does this mean for the actual role of PR folks? It sounds like the job description is evolving.
Well, the core remains, right? Crafting compelling stories, building trust, that's still fundamental. But how those stories are delivered and how they get discovered, that's definitely changing.
Yeah.
The article really emphasizes the need for PR to work much more closely with other teams now. SEO specialists, data analysts, digital content creators.
It sounds much more integrated, less siloed.
Absolutely. It has to be. TrizCom PR talks about how they're helping brands adapt through things like integrated strategies, mixing earned media hits with really optimized digital content, using multimedia structured data.
Right.
Also using data analytics to actually track how content is performing in these new AI search results, staying educated on AI changes, which happen fast, and really prioritizing that EEAT, content experience, expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness. AI loves that stuff.
EET, that's a big Google concept too, right?
It is, and it's becoming central here. Plus, as we said, being adaptable, constantly updating and repurposing content.
So it's not enough just to get the story placed in a good publication anymore. You have to make sure the AI can find it, understand it, see its authority, and serve it up effectively.
That's the new challenge, yes. And looking ahead, the article suggests those lines between PR, content marketing, SEO, they're getting really blurry.
But they see that as an opportunity, not just a hurdle.
Exactly. An opportunity to tell brand stories in new, powerful ways. The keys they stress are being agile, using data smartly, and just consistently creating high-quality, trustworthy content. That's how you lead.
And they end with a call to action.